there. You've got secondary build Bismarck, and you've gone once again for the damage control party modification 1, which honestly it does make sense because you don't have torpedoes on the Bismarck. Was that your line of thinking?
Yes. Well, no. Originally, like I said on board going, I was testing that out, and I still have it on board going. It's absolutely fantastic. So I figured, okay, this is Bismarck. I like Bismarck. I like Tirpitz. Let me try this on Bismarck.
Okay.
And in this match, it shined.
Good. Okay, so you have 21 seconds of action time for your damage control party. I believe the default is 10 seconds?
15.
Is it 15? Okay. I know for Americans, it's 20. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because this module comes in really handy for American battleships. It's helpful for other ones too, but really handy for Americans because it's a longer base number. Let's look at your captain. I'm guessing this is not Lutyens?
Wrong.
What? Why?
This is... No, you said not Lutyens, right?
Yeah.
This is Lutyens. I said you were wrong.
Why do you have Lutyens on your Bismarck?
Historical accuracy?
Okay. All right. The reason why I'm bringing that up, all right, is because Lutyens gets a buffed preventative maintenance. But that preventative maintenance for your Bismarck works for your main battery, your rudder, and your engines, right? It's preventing your modules from being incapacitated. If it's on a torpedo-equipped ship, it also helps prevent your torpedoes from being incapacitated. That's why I said I didn't think you'd have Lutyens on it, because preventative maintenance, in my opinion, has a lot more value when you've got torpedoes that can be destroyed. If you're going history, I guess you don't want your rudder being shot out either. if you want to go for historical accuracy, right? But beyond that,
I mean, I have a lot of Tier 8 German battleships, except Anhalt.
Okay.
Especially premiums, so like Brandenburg, Tirpitz B, etc., Odin. They all run basically the same build with Lutyens. And and so does Bismarck. So I figured, okay, I'm just going to train them and keep them on Bismarck.
Okay. Now, a recommendation for you, and I'm saying this also for chat that's listening, if they're trying to think, where do I put Lutyens? If you want him on a battleship, a German battleship, he's great in the Schlieffen because it's torpedo armed and it's, you know, it's a speedy boat and all that good stuff. So I personally, I would throw him on the Schlieffen. Or if you need another tech tree ship option, you could go with the Elbing, the destroyer. You could also go with the Z-52, another destroyer. Or you could go Hindenburg. I would probably do it maybe in that order. He's one of those rare captains that he buffs every ship, doesn't matter what ship he touches. So, you know, the buff preventative maintenance is so huge on a torpedo armed ship, and that's why I bring up the German battle cruiser line because of those torpedoes. But in any case, you don't have him on there, that's fine. He does have buff grease the gears. You are ignoring that in favor of IFHE, so your guns will penetrate more. Your secondaries specifically will penetrate more. What are they going to penetrate?
32.
Here, 32. And that is kind of like that magic number for a secondary battleship, because penning 32 millimeters means that you pen French battleships, British battleships all around, okay? Pretty much every damn cruiser there is in the game. And then the bow and aft of a bunch of other battleships and stuff. So that's kind of nice. And then, of course, your 150s will pen even more, right? Your 150s pen 47. That's kind of nice because it means it will penetrate American battleship deck armor, for example. Okay, no problem, BigO. You're going for secondaries, adrenaline rush, concealment, fire prevention. Okay, that's a fine build. Alternately, one other thing I might do differently is instead of concealment, I might pick up emergency repair and learn to use islands to mask your approach. If you can do that, emergency repair I think gets you a little bit more mileage with more heal, longer action time for your damage control party. That synergizes well with this, so then your DCP would be for 23 seconds and change. And then you also get the extra charge of your heal. And comes up again. Another reason this synergizes well with Lutyens is if you put Lutyens on the German battlecruiser line, they have a fixed number of DCPs. So getting that extra one additional consumable charge is kind of nice. Although I can see secondaries too, or concealment, because your secondaries reach out to your concealment level almost. Flags, you don't want to det, you want to ram things, and you want your secondaries to go burr. Okay. There's other flags you can use, but that's fine. I know you are conserving flags, and that's fine. Let's get to the damn replay. Here we go.
Okay, I'm still here. I'm joining you via my phone.
Oh my god, that is dedication. All right. So what I said earlier just a moment ago is, you know, instead of concealment, one thing to consider is going for emergency repair specialist. But other than that, your build was fine. It's all good.
I mean, this is the same build I've been running ever since they did the rework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this is the
outside
camo.
Outside of when the battle cruisers were in early access, because obviously you switched that up. Just the 2 talons at the bottom, but otherwise.
Yeah. I love this camo, by the way. I love this historical camo. I love the yellow paint on it. It's nice. I like how in chat you're setting the Asashio as the target, because you know he's the one guy that really counters you. Although there are 3 subs in this game. Oof.
Oh, subs? I'm not worried about the subs.
I know you're not.
As you've stated before, I do very well at hunting down the subs.
That's right. That's right. Chat, you guys might see... is this going to be a long replay?
It goes all the way to the end.
Okay. Chat, there's an ad in 8 minutes. BigO, do you agree I should run the ad now? Get it out of there? Okay. Let's get out of there now. What?
The match starts... It has a slow start, and then it picks up the middle.
Perfect. Guys, we're going to run a 2-minute ad now so that you don't get stuck seeing an ad in 8 minutes when it probably is more important, okay? Stay tuned. Turn your volume down just a little bit. And let's watch BigO head towards the Alpha Cap. Yeah, the damage one is nice too, Asteroid. I agree. I like that one a lot. Asteroid, do I have your Worcester replay while we have a second? Yes.
You know, if I remember correctly, I told you I was going to get a really good Bismarck game for you a while back.
Yeah, you did. You did.
This will be it.
Okay, good. Taking some early shots.
Yep,
and
just some early pot shots.
I missed it. Who did you shoot at? I was tabbed out, sorry.
I think it was the Mainz.
Okay. And the reason why I wasn't sure is because I saw the torpedo protection hit, and I looked, and I'm like, who could you have shot at? I figured it was the Mainz, but I'm like, wait a minute. So that's kind of an unlucky roll. Speaking of unlucky, look at your Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised he lived.
No, don't give us any spoilers here.
I didn't.
You just said you're surprised he lived.
Through that.
Gotcha. I mean, he got slapped. It looked like the Florida smacked him, is my guess.
That or the Lenin.
Oh, nice Citadel in the Albemarle. That is not what you do with an Albemarle. You do not sit bow in and reverse in an Albemarle. Now, you've been spamming an awful lot of ASW. Is that just because you're thinking where the sub could be and you're just trying to whack it, or what?
Yeah, that's just me randomly taking a guess.
Okay. Now, BigO has played... I would consider him a battleship main, and as such, he's lived through a lot of the sub hunting stuff and pinging and all that. So if anybody battleship-wise knows how to deal with a sub, I would think it's BigO. And also, boy, did you get lucky there. That Lenin decided to turn away from a very strong position.
Yeah.
You have... Oh, go Chaser. Get Groningen. She's great. Also, I want to point out, you're not dumping all of your ASW charges. You're only using the one so that you can use the next one when it's available. I really like that.
When I'm guessing, I only use one flight. If the sub gets spotted, I'll have that second flight to drop them.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
It. And the key with the subs is, wherever the ping is, drop it like behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's spotted and you can you can use the camera to look down, give it a little lead in its general direction.
Okay. Ah, Chaser, yeah, they're convincing you because even though she doesn't have torp, she's good. I'll tell you, the hydro and the smoke, she's just comfortable. Farragut spotted. Now you're spectating. I would not, because Farragut. You know, like, you need to control click that guy. There you go. Get your bonus to conceal to aim there. All right, sub-launch torpedo coming your way, and you just saw the U-69. So you just went all in double because you have a pretty good idea of where that sub is. Asteroid, how do you counter subs and cruisers? It really depends on which kind of cruiser you're in. It's not as easy to answer that question. Now, the U-69 did turn and run, so I don't think your depth charges are going to hit.
No, I missed that one.
Nice dodge there. Fortunately for you, the Asashio has nothing in front of him. So he's free to just go run down the sub. And you're free to just do that to the Ablemarle. Now, there you go again. Immediately reacting to that threat. Farragut spotted. I think you could use to control click the Farragut. He's quite low, and he's chasing two subs. So you need to get him. You need to kill him as soon as possible. You're a little focused on that Ablemarle, though. And you got the kill anyways. Secondaries are great, aren't they?
Yep.
Took a torp on the bow. That is unfortunate. Alright, well, you're healing up. There you go. You've won A. You've lost every place else on the map. Legit lost. Cherbourg loses... Oh, well. All right, so since we have a lull in the replay for a second, countering subs with cruisers, if you've got ASW, then countering subs with cruisers is a little bit easier. It's similar-ish to a battleship. I think the biggest problem that a lot of cruiser players make when trying to counter subs is they sit bow on and try to reverse. I think that's the worst thing you could possibly do. Yellow turret Bismarck a meme on NA? No, it's not. I didn't know that, Dutch. With cruisers, I would say you still want to be wiggling your butt a lot. And if you can, you want the sub to be chasing you. You don't want to be bow onto it or be next to that sub. So if you know there's a sub in the area, you're gonna have to show it your rear. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna wag your tail. You're gonna keep wagging your tail, because what that does is it causes the torpedoes that are following you to make these gigantic arcs back and forth, and it reduces the chance that those torpedoes are going to connect with you. That's right, wiggle the booty. This Mainz has like 20 lives.
He really does. And I'm sorry if you guys are hearing extra noise coming from me.
No, we don't. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
That doesn't work on the new British subs. Well, I haven't played the subs. I don't know much about the subs. I will apologize and be honest with you in advance for that. They're early access. They might change. I don't know. Now, if you've got... I hate to say it. Oh, I like this, by the way. You saw the sub, all in, and also Lutyens procs. If you're playing in a cruiser that rolls depth charges out the rear, forget about subs. They don't exist in the game. Unless they surface and you can shoot them. Otherwise, forget about subs. Other than the dodge them.
If there's only ship left in that area and you have hydro ready.
Honestly, that's the only opportunity, right? Because as a cruiser, you're much more sluggish to react to torpedoes and stuff. It's much more difficult to make something work and prevent yourself from getting smacked by those torpedoes and shotgunned. Nice kill on the Mainz. He finally dies. And Shimanto is just going to let you Citadel him. Yup. Saw it coming.
Knowing that that line has a lot of torps with a very long range, I kept my distance.
And that's smart. You also had Hydra going, so you detected them. And don't worry, Botanica. Puddin will take care of doing draws. He's always done that. You have to keep in mind, Puddin is most likely also doing something else, which I completely get. Many of you are doing something else while you're listening right now, right? He's probably playing Warships or Destiny 2. That's my guess.
Nice.
$8.06 with the giveaway win. Nice. All right, now I'm gonna pause the game for a second. BigO, what's in your mind right now? What is #1 priority in your mind right now?
Where's my location on the map? I'm not at my computer at the moment.
Oh, all right. That's kind of bad. But the rest of you guys are welcome to call it as well. You just went into the ACAP. You're undetected. There's Shimanto, Florida, Bayern, and 2 subs alive still.
Okay, so I'm thinking at this point, I can't stay too far back, but I don't want to push in because I don't know where the last two subs are. And I know Shimanto has torps, and I'm assuming by now I'm pretty low on health.
You are at 17, just under 17,000 health. It's tied up. The game is tied 7-on-7. You have the cap lead, but they have the points lead, and they have almost 3 times your hit point pool.
So this is where I start playing it safe.
Dutch is exactly 100% correct.
Pushing in, but playing it safe and taking the enemy threats as they come.
So I would agree. You've got 18 seconds until you are you have your heal up, and of course there's a sub. You didn't see it, but he literally just showed up on the mini map. So if you were watching that mini-map more closely, you would know exactly where that I-56 is. Don't shoot, don't shoot. Heal, 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 heal. If you shoot, the sub will see you. Also, I would... There you go. Pop your plane. Maybe you can get lucky and spot the sub with it. And I guess if you're detected, you might also shoot your guns at this point. Sure.
The nice thing about Bismarck is that it has the spotter and hydro, so if the hydro is down, you can always pop a spotter and you might get lucky and spot whatever's spotting you.
So, you know, I agree with you there. Shimanto detected, by the way. So I'd get my guns ready for the Shimanto hit. There you go. I don't know that I would have fired off my second rack unless I knew exactly where the I-56 was. You do have the mini-map to tell you where he is, so that comes in handy, but as you can see, he's much closer than that.
Oh, he messes up pretty hard.
Oh, Hydro is going to keep him detected. So I just learned this the other day, chat. At periscope depth, Hydro works like it would a normal destroyer. He has to go really deep, and then once he's really deep, it's 2 kilometers. So BigO is trying to close to within 2 kilometers of the I-56. If he wants to go deep, which he's doing, doesn't matter. He's still going to be detected. This is brilliant.
Can you pause this for just a minute so I can comment a little bit on that?
Please, go ahead.
You are correct. When they are below periscope depth, you need to be within 2 kilometers. And it doesn't matter if it's a cruiser battleship with hydro or a destroyer with hydro like Lo Yang. As long as you're within that 2 kilometers of it, it will remain spotted. Let's say Lo Yang is spotting it. If you're nearby and you have AESW planes, capitalize on that, lead your target, and drop the charges.
Right. With periscope depth, detection range on ships for subs changes to that of a plane detect, which is 2 kilometers. That's right. If they're not using hydro. And that's why hydro is very, very handy. Florida is engaged with the Asashio and not shooting him. That's a good point. That's true. But at this point, the I-56 is dead. He just doesn't even know it yet. Baltimore jumps in on this as well, which is great. I would line up my main turrets for a shot on the Florida next. Oh, the other sub. The other sub is homing in on you too. You guys see how he's got...
Not good.
Yeah, not good. He's got a couple of torps that are coming in now. One is deep, so you never got pinged enough to have it do anything. 5 Minuten.
Excuse me.
Alright, sub manages to tag you. Now you instantly DCP'd. Why did you instantly DCP that?
Nervous reaction.
I mean, it saved your butt. And look, okay, so you know where he is. Your hydro once again detected him because he's at periscope depth. Unfortunately, your hydro just ran out. Alright, get your guns to the right of you and turn left, I would do. Because you want to be able to smack the floor when he comes around. And you want to get close enough to where his torpedoes aren't going to be able to hit you. There you go, you're turning. You're detected. The sub is back at periscope depth. And what's nice about this ping is there's nothing really to follow up from that ping because he's reloading his torpedoes. There he goes. Nice kill in the Florida. Oh, and the double strike for the win. Double strike for the win. That was a really good game, dude.
And that's why Bismarck is king of the ocean.
You got no idea what skills to purchase for the sub? Hold on. I'm going to put a link in chat. You're going to have to copy paste the link specifically. Here. Chaser, copy paste the whole thing. Copy paste. Don't click the link. Copy paste. Should at the very least give you an idea. So I like how you showcased the power of a battleship dealing with subs, and I like how you never disrespected that threat of the subs. You were always thinking about ASW. You were always launching planes when you had nothing else better to do, because you just never know if you get lucky.
Mm-hmm. Also, on a side note, I looked at the after score. 3K base XP game.
Sure. I mean, you got a Kraken plus, right? You got Kraken, you got Double Strike, something else on there too. I don't remember.
High
Off the top of my head.
caliber,
That's what it was.
Confederate,
Yeah.
and CQE.
Yep. Guys, we'll do Stream Raiders in a moment. But yeah, I like how you played the ship. You were cautious with it, but you're finding ways to get into the battle, and you really did a great job of utilizing that hydro. My strat is, you got to know when to fold them and when to hold them. Cobra. They say poker here.
The thing I did not realize though is that their Asashio died early on, so the entire rest of the match I'm just thinking, okay, where's the Asashio? Where's the Asashio?
Mm-hmm.
But I have to say, our Asashio, and I sent him a compliment for it. He did
Great.
amazing work, and so did our one sub that spawned at A with us.
I mean, you guys did a great job together, and I think that's also a really important distinction. It's not just I carried this team, it's we all worked together. You were in a position to take advantage of a lot of opportunities, which worked out fantastic for you.
And having the DCP in the first slot, like I said, it really shined in this match with the with dealing with subs.
Mm-hmm. And so, okay, I just gotta ask, because you weren't being shot at too much from HE spammers. Are you talking about in terms of like flooding and protecting you from being flooded?
Yes.
Okay.
And from homing torps homing in.
Yeah. That's right, Dutch. That Asashio did a great job of allowing BigO to isolate the target. So good. Yeah, great game. All right.
There was a point during the match where I did think we were gonna lose, but hey, I'm not complaining. 7 kills later, I'm a happy camper.
Sure.